All right, first I want to say thank you for the opportunity to get up here and speak to everybody. Never in a million years did I ever think or picture that I would be standing in front of a crowd like this, telling you my weight loss journey. So as you can see, that was me in 2003. Quite a big difference from there. My first slide started out with a tale of two beginnings, and it really is two separate stories. 2003, our son was just born, and I had gained pregnancy weight along with my wife. How many dads out there have gone through? Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. And just really, really bad habits. So one night we were sitting around, we were watching infomercials, just like probably a lot of you have done. Saw a commercial for Power 90, the original Power 90. And I told my wife, I said, you know what, that looks real. It looks like something I can do. I was unemployed at the time. Yeah, great timing right when your first son is born. So going to the gym was something that I really didn't want to do. My wife was on maternity leave, so we bought the Power 90, and I said, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. And I followed it pretty much to a T. And within 3-4 months, I had lost close to 40 pounds. So that is my first transformation. However, there was also something that came along with the first transformation. During this time, we were also applying for life insurance, now that we had a family. So during a routine blood test, it was discovered that I had high cholesterol, something that I wasn't happy about. I had bargained with the doctor over time to not put me on medicine, to let me try and work through this. And so even though I had lost the weight and kind of changed my body a little bit, the cholesterol was still high. So ultimately, I went on medicine. I started out on Lipitor. I don't know if anybody's heard of that or familiar with it, but I started out on 20 milligrams, which is the highest dose that you can get. And so a couple bad things actually happened out of that. One, I kind of stopped caring about my health and fitness. I said, well, I'm on the medicine. Let the medicine do it. I can have 17 slices of pizza. I can have cheeseburgers. I can have gyros. I can have deep fried everything. Oh, if it was fried, it was me. I'm on the medicine. What do I have to worry about? Well, over time, that's what happened to me. So I went from feeling really good to where I was now really dumpy. The weight was back up. I was still on the medicine. The cholesterol was sort of under control, but things just got going to me where long term this can't be good. It's helping one area, but overall it can't be good for your body to have all this filtering through you every single day. Then we had a little bit of twist of fate that happened. My wife was a nursing student at the time, and on her shift, she just happened to be taking care of a sweet old lady. I shouldn't say old, but she was elderly, which happened to be the grandmother of my coach, Mr. Paul Francisco. Of course, they got to talking, and I received a Facebook friend request from Paul the very next day. I see that doesn't surprise anybody, right? He found out through my wife that we had done Power 90 before. I was familiar with Tony Horton, that I was finally tired of looking like that. Waistline was back up, just really feeling cruddy about myself. So we chatted a little bit online. And I started out with my next plan. So I started out my journey with 10-minute trainer. And after about 2 months of 10-minute trainer, I'm like, you know what? I'm back into a workout routine. I'm feeling good. You can go to the next slide. I'm feeling good. So I dusted off my original copy of Power 90, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this again. It worked for me once. It's going to work for me again. Results were coming slow, but I was getting results. A pound here, a couple pounds there, a quarter inch on the waistline. It was happening. The biggest change in my transformation happened In January 2012, Paul told me we're getting ready to start a P90X challenge group. And it was something that I always wanted to do. I've never done P90X. He also said, and you're going to drink Shakeology. I've been putting them off for 4 months, and it sounds great one of these days. And I would tell my wife, I'm not spending that on a shake. Are you crazy? I finally said, all right, we're going to do, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. And so we can go to the next slide. So 4 months later in May, that was me. I had lost, thank you. I had lost 30-something odd pounds, so that would have brought the total from the very beginning around 70-something. When I went in for my blood work and they gave me the results, they asked, what are you doing? Because my cholesterol was down to 147. And because of that, as long as I promised the doctor I was going to continue to do what I was doing, I was allowed to get off my medicine. That was truly life-changing, because when I first went on it, the doctor said, you will be on this for the rest of your life. No matter what you do, you're going to be on it for the rest of your life. And so I got to prove them wrong. I got to prove them wrong. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Wow, okay. So yes, I got to prove them wrong by rededicating myself to my fitness, not only for myself, but for my family, so that my kids will have me as they get older, so I can be there for them, to be out there with them, running around in the yard, at baseball, at gymnastics, at whatever is going to come in the future. I'm not going to be the dad on the sidelines. I'm going to be able to be out there with them, and that is just so important to me. So I did have a couple minor setbacks as we were going. Even though I was faithful to the programs and everything, the cholesterol started to raise back up. And it was at Summit, not this past year, the year before, so that was 2013. I actually had a chance to talk to Darren O'Wynn, and he said, I really think you need to do the ultimate reset. And I had hemmed and hawed about it, and when I got home from Summit, I told my wife, I said, you know what, I'm doing the reset. We're going to put it to the test. We're going to see if it really lives up to what it says. And 21 days later, when I went in for my blood work, which I had done prior, right before starting the program, my cholesterol had dropped 88 points. The ultimate reset is for real. If there's anything that you need to, I can't speak enough about it, and I'm not going to try, because I'm just going to stutter all over the place trying to do it. But the ultimate reset was, besides P90X, is one of the things that has just changed my life completely. And it's been living life great ever since. So we can go. So since then, your journey never ends. So if you are brand new, if your journey is just starting out, it's going to take some time. You got your start. You're always going to have your middle. You're going to be where you came, and you're going to have some ups and downs. But your journey never ends. Your health and fitness never ends. You always are in this, hopefully for the right reasons, for you, for your family, so that you can be around for a long time. And as a result, I got to do some pretty cool things. I'm working out next to Shaun T. Talk about a thrill of a lifetime. Live workouts with Autumn. This was last year on the cruise. Being able from P90X3 do Ted's chair. All right, I can only do it on one side, but it took some work, but I could do it. One of the greatest moments in Max 30, being able to max out in one of the workouts. And then a little quick story on the one with the swim trunks. The before picture, that's actually way before I even started, so I was actually a little bit lighter there than in my very first picture. That was on our honeymoon, so I'm standing in front of the Hilton Hawaiian Village in Waikiki. And I thought I looked pretty good right there because I had dropped some weight before we got married. Because I'm a pack rat, I ironically had the same pair of swim trunks. I'm working on it, really. So I found them, I said, hey, hon, look at this. And, you know, they're like out to here. And even with the drawstring as tight as I can get them, they would still almost fall off. So I shared that in one of our challenge groups. And yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I really thought I was Tom Selleck in the other picture. But, oh well. So, again, with the journey, some other cool things that have happened. You know, being able to meet my idol here, Mr. Tony Horton, the man has just changed my life from every program I've done of his. It was such an honor to be able to tell him that, and of course meeting Shaun T. Here's some pictures from Cancun. Never before would I really take my shirt off in public, so that's kind of something I'm still getting used to. So I leave you with this. Yes, I can, and yes, I will, and so can you guys. Thank you.